What do you think when you hear the phrase Christian rock? Maybe you think of DC Talk or Skillet. Or maybe you don't think about rock at all. Regardless, some break into the mainstream, and one of the best was Relient K. They've been around since the early 2000s and have a sterling legacy among Christian rock bands. While many may acknowledge this because they have a round liking of Relient K's entire discography, or they like the glory days of I contend that this is because Relient K had the truest and most unexpected return to forms in Christian music. From the cheeky but highly entertaining Mood Rings in 2003, to the broody semi-in-your-face lament of This Is the End in 2009, Relient K was the tops, and even saw some mainstream success with 2004's So after a 3-year hiatus in 2012, many fans were excited to see the release of Collapsible Lung. It was well known that lead singer Matt Thiessen wrote 2009's melancholic Forget and Not Slow Down after an apparently rough breakup. This was what the darker tone of Forget and Not Slow Down was attributed to. So what emotions would be packed into this new and long-awaited album? Oof, it was a jarring shift in style. This literally sounds like some Justin Bieber-esque nonsense. I remember how disappointed I was when it came out. But maybe they went a different direction with these lyrics.
She's sweeter than sugar till the sun goes down. Don't allow her to sour, just spit her out.
Dang, the album was just so hollow sounding. Simple lyrics like this that didn't match the cleverness of the rest of Relient K's work were strewn everywhere about the album. There were probably a couple reasons it turned out like this. The band hired writers that were more suited to generic pop. They simply couldn't match the charm. While the album has bright spots, they don't make up for the overall poor quality. Usually drastic changes in a band like this come from a gradual lightening of tone, like a metal band transitioning to hard rock like Disciple. But Relient K suffered a sudden drop to become instant pop. I don't care to delve into the post-Forget and Not Slow Down reasons for Relient K's descent. I just wanted to establish the context for the true lesson of their Phoenixian rise to making good music again. Fast forward to 2016. Stuff's happened. 2012 didn't end the world. We're already on our 4th Equestria Girls movie. A reality TV star is beginning his ascent to the cherry blossom throne. And an apparent sabbatical of 4 years has wizened the 2 remaining Matts of Relient K.
I spent the last 6 years like Hoffman in a swimming pool, and I've been lost at sea inside a house off Driftwood Avenue, and I made a mess out of the life that lay ahead of me. Oh, the clock's ticking faster now, I'm too old to be growing up.
They listened and waited. Air for Free is released. It's an hour long. It's catchier than pop, but deeper than any of their previous works. Songs like Local Construction and Elephants on Parade can stick in the heads of dead men, and Flower is about as sugary sweet as a song can get. Unlike Collapsible Lung, the songs can acknowledge imperfection without participating in it. For example, a song like Boomerang on Collapsible Lung basically announces, I have an on-again, off-again relationship, and that's about it. While a song like Man on Air for Free acknowledges the writer's immaturity and the intention to relinquish it. Instead of going track by track, I can try to sum up the album with that one word, maturity. It's almost as though this album was created specifically to refute the nature of Collapsible Lung. The more memorable songs long for competency, a desire that comes after the regretful states written in the songs of Collapsible Lung. In addition, it returned to form in the album's expression of connection to the divine. In a band that's no stranger to doubt, they tackle it head-on in songs like God and Prodigal, with a wisdom strong enough to deal with the doubt in a more concrete way than any previous album. So with all that was done right in Air for Free, what might have inspired this for Matt Thiessen in the mid-2010s? While there probably was some really good creative juices flowing at the time, I think the answer lies earlier, back to the presumed atrocity of collapsible lung, specifically in the song itself. The song is the least representative of the album, yet it's the titular song. The song seems like it belongs on Air for Free, and yet it was tacked on to the end of the rest of the abomination. It does the same narrative trick of Air for Free when it acknowledges the sins without using them as a key theme to the song. It's almost like Thiessen knew that Collapsible Lung, the album, was vacuous in 2012. If I didn't know any better, I'd think it was a 4D chess or a setup for an epic return to form or a satire album. While this is unlikely to be the case, it's an interesting story, and I think it represents the nature of maturity. We don't develop with one paradigm and then dramatically shift in time for a new album. We listen and wait. Express our thoughts quietly and early. Maybe we have an Augustinian understanding of our flaws and plea for a delay in fixing them. But our transition to a more reasonable state is hopefully unstoppable, and we arrive at the conclusion that air actually is free, and we can smell the roses.